First quarter of the big one from the MCG, huge crowd in attendance as Collingwood and Carlton meet for the 207th time. Carlton slightly ahead in head-to-heads. Up the Carlton centre half forward line. The Ulio from Spalding. Kerrison. And the 6th game this year, Shane Kerrison. Kicks toward half-back, good strong mark to Williams. Williams from right half-back. Low trajectory, drop punt up towards Bradley. Nearly caught. Russell, good intercept. Ball hits the deck again. And Collingwood get it up towards right half forward. That was Lehman's kick. Tackle was by Silvani on Rocker. McGuan. Pressure of plenty in the first few minutes. Step shot by Woods. Looks good.
It's a free kick, Pete, coming back to Ratton actually against, well, looks it might be Kelly.
Who is sounding off against, to the umpire, Chris Mitchell. Mitchell and Goldsmith, the umpires, and it gives the ball up.
Scholl it was, I beg your pardon.
And a free kick, well, it's coming back to Hannah anyway, who clears up towards right half back.
Punched on by Greg Williams. That's Spalding. Pumping it further field. Big Justin's after. Oh, he's got it too, the big fella. Justin Madden. Gets it back to Fraser Brown. In towards half forward. It clears the pack. And the mark taken by Paul Williams, who seems to be playing in defence. To the centre of the ground. Thumped away. Back towards the line on centre wing. And it beats Fraser Brown over the line. Enormous atmosphere. The crowd roaring already as Starcevic to do battle against Madden. Some holding going on. It might be a free kick to Starcevic. It is. So it was clever thinking to get in front, Ross.
Yes, it was too. Gavin Brown's line up in the centre against Greg Williams.
So Craig Starcevic loves the MCG. He's a big occasion player. In towards half forward, Silvani and Rocker. Oh, Rocker took front position. He's still got it. Back to Russell. Scott Russell, a quick kick. Adrian Gleeson waits underneath him and marks at centre half back. The little rover sprints clear and brings it wide to the half back line. Punched away by Gavin Brown. Russell looking for Francis. This is Shane Watson. Alan Richardson caught, was lying over the ball. How will the umpire see that? He's calling play on sensible umpiring. Taken away by Russell. 60 metres from goal. Scott Russell sets sail for home. And he has missed it to the left.
First score coming up to Scott Russell. And for the shot by Wood was disallowed, so a minor score. And the Magpies open the batting.
Michael Christian lining up at centre half back on Old Spalding. Pert on Kernahan. Watson picking up Fraser Brown.
And they scatter. And a blast from a shotgun. Scholl takes the mark at left half back. Transfers play to centre wing position. Christian over the top. Alvin. Good gather just inside the boundary line. Kicks low towards Kernahan, who had a dirty day in the wet. So did Spalding. Kerrison's out of bounds. And there was talk that Kerrison was going to get the job on Williams. He's on Heaver at the moment. Heaver, one of the fastest players in the Carlton side, with Ron DiUlio. So it's Monkhorst. Doesn't go anywhere near the ruckman with that swirling wing. Brown takes it over the boundary line. Free kick. Down Kerrison's way. And a cross goal. It's going to be okay to Watson. Christian inside his own defensive 50, tries to draw a man, finds Gary Pert. He'll have to be quick, Gary, and he is. Kicks towards half forward, marking contest. Hannah at the back, got a touch and then tries to get back quickly to gather. Defenders swoop on it with great alacrity, and it will be balled up about 48 to 49 metres out from the goal.
Interchange, Pete, for Collingwood, Richardson. That's Mark Richardson and Butcher, Kent Butcher, and for Carlton, McCormack and Koutafidis.
Oh, could have been a free kick to Madden in that ruck contest. Hand passes by Scholl onto Hogg. Hogg a quick kick to the centre of the ground. The race is on. Alvin and Williams. Brown right to mop up at the back. Gives a quick little hand pass to McGuan. McGuan back to half forward, but it's all Carlton. Matthew Hogg. Hand pass wide to Hannah. Hannah, oh, he's in trouble. Gets in a hand pass. I don't know why they won't kick the ball. Here's the left foot kick. by Christo. Now to half forward and racing back to the flight of the ball with Fraser Brown to take a courageous mark.
This breeze is tricky, but it's really swirling as it normally does, but a lot stronger today. The breeze on top of the scoreboard showing the flags moving very strongly from right to left. But on the ground it does swirl very much so. But although in the reserves, players had some trouble kicking, goals were still scored fairly freely.
So Fraser Brown from right on 50. A nice looking drop punt, but it drifts to the right. And one behind that. Incidentally, in the reserves, Carlton were victorious, 14-7-91 as we look at the Collingwood bench. 14-7-91 to the Magpies, 11-10-76.
Gary Pert to bring the ball back into play before this huge crowd. 86,000 saw them earlier in the year. I think it'd be every bit of that. Oh, Williams has taken 3 good marks already across the half-back line. And that one as good as any. Brown. Gee, I hope he's 100% fit. He means so much to Collingwood. Kickers to right half forward, no mark taken. Kelly lost sight of the ball. Christo's there. Russell, good smother, out of bounds goes Lehman. Going to be a push in the back, says the umpire. Lehman will take the free kick. Too far out to score, you'd think, from there. 60 to 65 metres. Should lob it in front of goals, and does. No mark taken again. Flipped over the top. Christo, Lehman, went in on Mackay pretty solidly. Francis, tackled by Bradley. Back to Russell. Dangerous, close to goal.
It's a free kick against Francis P for throwing the ball. And he gave it to Russell. It was very sharp, but the umpire, Chris Mitchell, saw that. And I believe that Francis just suggested that the umpire may not have seen it. He's blind, but just watch his hair.
Well, I can understand him giving the decision. Craig Bradley to take the free kick. And the oohs and ahs as the replay goes up on the scoreboard. Bradley from left back pocket. The sun trying to break through. As I said, we've had a couple of showers already, but the ground in pretty good nick. Christian gets back quickly. Can't take the mark. Heaver, he kicked 5 last week. Gets it away quickly. Silvani back to Heaver. He'll run fast. Doesn't run far. Kernahan in front.
So you read that well, Pete. It was a real floater. And Gary Pert wanted front
50.
posse. Gee.
I was going to say it could have almost been 50, and it is, and you'll see why when we bring up the replay. Kernahan's first goal. Well, the 2 number 4s continuing their altercation. And Steve Kernahan had the mark, would have got the goal anyway. Let's see what happened.
Yes, it was a good effort by Silvani, run off full-back. Heaver, here's the floater. Pert in front, the ball just carried. Kernahan read it very well, and there's the 50.
Well, they're still going at it. Pert and Kernahan, it's on behind the play, the wrestling. Now, they could get reported down there for that as Mackay. Andrew Mackay, I should say, goes forward to the half-forward line. Delilio to the half-forward line. Williams is playing well at half-back. The wrestle has been broken up. Carlton lead by 6 points. A free kick behind the play to Carlton.
Yes, it's against Tony Woods.
We'll go to Heaver. And a little bit of undisciplined play going on down on that back line by Collingwood at the moment. And Collingwood were clearing that ball, so Lee Matthews will not like that. Brent Heaver brings it in towards half-forward. Kernahan can't mark, couldn't quite get there. Shane Watson mops up. Brings it out wide towards centre wing. The race is on. Scott Russell versus Andrew Mackay. Coming through was Kelly. He went without the ball. Hannah sprints clear. He should be looking for Kernahan with the long kick. He is. Kernahan, a free kick to Gary Pert. He was grabbed by Kernahan behind the play, and the umpire right on the scene. Free kick to the Collingwood fullback.
Longers conceivably could have got one as well. Pert just up from the back pocket. Oh, Hannah in the box seat. Oh, good spoil. That was by Mickey McGuan to get the ball away from him. He looked as certainly to mark that Bill Hannah. And so Collingwood have got it to a stalemate in the boundary throw-in next to the interchange gates on centre wing. Rain shower seems to have passed. Gavin Brown. Oh, gee, that's nearly flipped out to Francis. Richardson. Mackay off the ground. Williams, his first touch. Gleeson. Centering kick with the left foot. Kernahan behind. The bounce is important here. Kerrison looks for Pert, who's outnumbered. The Blues at the fall of the ball with the numbers. Brown. Plenty of time to steady. Measure the pass. Beautifully done. Superb grab. And Earl Spalding has the chance to kick his first and Carlton second.
It's good work in the clinches by Carlton. Good first instinctive handball. Williams initially, then Alvin, and then Brown could have had a ping at goal. The goal square was free, but saw Spalding, and that's a terrific mark.
Not the greatest kick at goal, Earl Spalding, but you would suggest from point-blank range he shouldn't have any problems. Good drag last week in the wet, didn't handle the conditions. Then again, neither did Steve Kernahan. Looks good. Goal. The Blues off to a good start. 2-1. They're one behind.
Yes, and as I mentioned, it's terrific teamwork in the clinches by Carlton. They're giving the ball off to the teammate. And Spalding's been terrific for Carlton since crossing from Melbourne. He's filled that void at centre-half forward, which has allowed Kernahan to go back to full forward. His position now at his stage of his career where he's best suited. And Spalding will always give you a contest. Mark once again, here's a little taps here, Alvin, quickly, and Brown could have handballed to Gleeson, but turned, saw the opportunity.
So we go back to the centre, the Blues by 12 points. Oh, big Justin Madden, good play out of the centre, but a nice mark. Going back with the flight of the ball by Michael Christian. Christian on Spalding, it'll be a good match-up that. Christian has often picked up Kernahan. Harrison, the half-forward line, Justin Madden, squints back after it. And nearly had his head taken off. It's a free kick. But Craig Kelly really has to start looking at the ball instead of concentrating on the man. He's going past the ball to try and iron out blokes. And there's a hand pass to the centre of the ground. Heaver in towards Kernahan. Oh, free kick Kernahan against Pert. No doubt about that one.
They did it well early, Pete. He shepherded Pert out of the way with his body, stopped him getting a good run at it, and then just went forward. Pert holding his right arm. You're always a chance if you play up forward. I agree with you, Pete, too, about Craig Kelly. He's got to start, whilst it's all very well to get physical in these big games, if you run past the footy to hit a bloke, you're doing the wrong thing by your team.
Well, it's all right to be running at blokes who aren't looking, Ross, but the name of the game is to watch the ball. As we see Steve Kernahan from almost directly in front, a vital player to Carlton, this man, champion player, kicking for his second. Oh, looks good. The Blues on fire. 3-1 to a point. Carlton leads by 18 points.
That's the danger area for Collingwood. If Carlton get the ball out of the centre and can feed either Spalding or particularly Kernahan, they're going to be better placed than what Carlton are when they go for, what Collingwood are, should I say. There's that free kick. Rocker has a very good player in Silvani on him, but their centre-half forward area not as competent as Carlton's.
Back to the centre. 490 career goals to Steve Kernahan. Williams' kick is smothered. Carlton doing well. Christo. Collingwood needs to get a rattle on. Mackay. Still they can't clear the zone. Gleeson. The bounce important. Kernahan. He's done well on Pert so far. Kick 2. It's out of bounds. Right half forward for Carlton. And Steve Kernahan relishing in the drier conditions, you would sense. After a dirty day last week in the mud at Princes Park against St Kilda, and he hardly had a touch. Monkhorst, clean possession to the big fellow. Good mark. Francis at left half back.
It's been tagged by Hogg.
Goes to midfield. Starcevic, yes. Good mark, and then on to Russell. You have to be quick with a gather. Gets ridden into the ground by Sexton, and the umpire calls play on. Rowe against Mackay. Free kick. Collingwood unlucky. Away go the Blues again. Heaver, who was in everything last week. Bradley taps down. Well, he looks like he's twin, doesn't he? Fraser Brown. Kernahan. Oh, Mark! Could have got a free anyway.
And again, well done by Fraser Brown there, just sensing the opportunity to set Kernahan up. He went right, then indicated he wanted to go left to the pocket. Brown waited enough time to put the ball that area. And Purdy just worried a bit too much about where Kernahan was, which isn't difficult to do, I must say, rather than going for the footy. He was outplayed.
So Steve Kernahan for his third. Again last week. Going back to it once more, I think he only had about 3 kicks for the day. He might have 3 goals in the first quarter, which had still got some 13 and a half minutes to go. So what a start for Carlton if he can kick this. Kernahan has kicked his third. You don't give starts in football, and this is going to be pretty difficult for Collingwood now, with Carlton off to a terrific start. 4-1 to 1 behind.
Yes, and compliments there to the Carlton halfbacks, particularly Mackay, who's doing well on Russell. He's picking up Russell as a tag. And his delivery, and also Brown's delivery, very good. That's the part I like about Brown's play. Not only does he get the football, but he does something constructive with it.
The Blues by 4 goals. Great start to Carlton. And Stephen Kernahan, he's kicked 3 of those 4. Centre wing is Christo. The break's going the way of the Blues, but they're playing excellent football. Hand pass out wide to centre wing. Sholin Woods, taken by Tony Woods to the half-forward line. Craig Starcevic set it up for Rocker. Rocker and Silvani. Silvani races back. Umpire calls play on. Rocker tries to tap it back, but waiting for its Hannah. Good play by Hannah. He dummies the hand pass. Oh, dangerous play by Hannah. He sets it up for McGuan, and in the end that was shocking play because he should have brought it around the boundary line, Ross.
Yes, either way, the option you don't clear when you're under pressure down the centre, you clear to the boundary, Pete, you're quite right. And he did have options both sides.
Good mark to McGuan. He's got a chance to get first goal. Distance won't be a problem. Boy, do they need one. He's got it. So Collingwood finally breaking the ice with their goal from Mick McGuan. 1-1. Carlton 4-1 at the MCG.
Very important that Mickey McGuan does well. He's got Bradley as an opponent as such. Rocker did well there. Silvani was looking for a free kick, but here's his kick from Hannah. He could have come out to Ratton or gone the other side, but he went against the flow down the centre and paid the penalty.
A badly needed goal to the Collingwood side, but they still trail by 18 points as we have Madden versus Moncourse. There's Scholl trying to crash through, taken by Tony Woods again to the half-forward line. This is Michael Sexton waiting at the back. He's a good solid player. Oh, he's given away a bad hand pass straight to Starcevic. Free kick to Starcevic, too high. As a indiscreet tackle and all. Look at Colin Kinnear and David Parker aren't happy, but it started with a poor handball, Ross.
Quite right, Pete, and unusual play there from Silvani too to get that free kick away. Yes, that was a nothing handball. And Starcevic here taken high by Silvani. Kelly's off for Collingwood and Kent Butcher is on.
So
Butcher's gone to the forward line.
Craig starts well. Craig Kelly only on for a short time. Starcevic from directly in front has goal. The Magpies hit back.
Yes, it was important that he kicked that goal, Pete, because they were looking under pressure there, particularly Sexton's done a fair job on Starcevic thus far. Not a bad matchup there. But Starcevic can be a very damaging player, particularly with his mobility.
So Craig Starcevic getting the goal from the free after Carlton led by 4 goals. The Magpies have pulled 2 of them back. Goals to McGuan and Starcevic. 158 career goals now to Craig Starcevic as the Magpies hit back before this huge crowd at the MCG. Madden wins it down straight to Bradley and turn to Gleeson. Gleeson, quick kick down the corridor. Kernahan, who's had a purple patch start. Ball paddled out the front of the pack. Watson, a hurried kick. Christo, oh, good mark, a juggle. Out of midfield. Hasn't got over the mark yet. The umpire doesn't tell him to play on. High kick, up and under job. Monkhorst was in there. Christian has come down with the mark. Monkhorst has actually got the free kick. Williams over his head. He's done well on the half-back line. Taken 3 good marks in the first quarter. That's kick number 4. Tries to centre it. Starcevic the target. Christo getting back well for the Blues, uses his pace, kicks across his body. Gleeson's there for Carlton, unloads with a hand pass quickly to Sexton. Long kick, good 55 metres downfield, punch away by Christian. Richardson is there, gets grabbed. Hogg intercepting the hand pass. Pert didn't even try to mark it, he could have, but he thumps it some 40 metres upfield where McGuan gets it to Francis.
Tony Francis, the speedster. onto the left foot, chips it across to Lehman. The Magpies really picking up the pace now. Troy Lehman in towards full forward. Rocker and Silvani over the back. The race is on. Rocker trying to pick it up. The big man in the forward pocket still going on with it, and eventually it's forced to the line. It'll be a throw in. But gee, Carlton had a real chance down the other end, Ross. 2-on-1 and a poor kick.
Yeah, it's just carried too far for Bradley, and Pert could have taken that mark, but he got away with that thumping punch away.
Centre break 6-1 in favour of the Blues. A vital stat, that one, as we see Michael Sexton weave his way through the pack. He found Craig Scholl, who's a greatly improved player. Quick hand pass finds Williams. Back to Scholl. Scholl further afield to Mackay. And Andrew Mackay, the South Australian, to centre wing where the mark is taken by Damien Moncourse.
At left centre wing. And Collingwood ruckman gets it down to McGuan. And his opposite number 34, Ron DiUlio, stands the mark. Centering kick to right. His first touch. Plenty of distance with the kick. Carlton with the numbers. Madden and Silvani, they combine well. Well, Silvani too slow. Good tackle by Rowe. Formerly from the Brisbane Bears. Gets offloaded by hip and shoulder from Fraser Brown. Watson, centering kick. Again, the Blues with the numbers. Francis put out of position. A good safe mark. Taken down there. Hogg looks for options. Goes out wide. Ratton. Woods will be brought back on the mark. He's got it even wider. Scholl marking right on the boundary.
Scholl to centre wing, Andrew Mackay. Oh, free kick to Spalding. The umpire's not missing a beat at the moment. This is top-class umpiring. As he was grabbed as he went to go for that mark. This is Andrew Mackay. The booming kick in towards half forward. A great kick, but Moncourse is into that hole at half forward. And a good mark to Damien Moncourse getting back there quickly. Moncourse to Keras, and troubles to Lulio. Eventually it comes from Keras and back to Moncourse. 2-on-1 here. Starzovic has got the two to beat. Free kick to goal. Gleeson copped one round the head. Taken away by Williams. Paul Williams having a sensational first term. In towards full forward. Here's Rowe. Handball's on in front of himself. Still going on with a little Rowe. Brad Rowe on the left foot's kick to Ripper goal. Great play. So Bradley Rowe has kicked his first. Collingwood trailed by 6 points. What a great goal, Ross.
It was a terrific goal. It should have been perhaps a freaky goal, as you said, Pete, to Gleeson, but you play on. Nearly a chance to intercept there by Ratton, and Rowe just backed himself here against Silvani. Hogg put the chase on but couldn't grab his jumper. In the finish, a terrific goal. A real team lifter.
Bradley Rowe's first goal, and Collingwood to within 6 points after they've trailed by 4 goals, only 10 minutes back. Hogg tries to gather, gets taken out of the contest. Knock-oners by Russell. Under Francis, backs himself, gets taken down. No free kick, should be one now, surely, and there will be.
He's such an important player, but if he can use his pace out of that centre and deliver the ball long as he can, he gets caught sometimes when someone mans up at him running out of the play, but if he just concentrates on the footy, such an important player for Collingwood.
And Moncourse having a good quarter because he's been useful in defence, dropping into the hole down there to take a couple of marks, and now he has a chance to kick a goal which would level the scores.
Yeah, good thinking by Moncourse, because Madden had gone right back to the square expecting Francis to go long.
He only kicked 17 goals in his 95-game career, Damien Moncourse. Maybe the odds against him. The odds might have been, but that's a beauty. And the Magpies, after trailing by 4, draw level at the MCG.
Yes, and there's a fair bit of nickel out there at the moment. A lot of players chatting back to each other. A lot of rivalry. Good to see, so long as they maintain their concentration on the footy. It's a good effort by Collingwood in the latter part of this quarter to come back, because Carlton was certainly the dominant side earlier on. Collingwood have settled.
It's amazing, Ross, modern day football, how quickly it can change.
Yes.
4 goals break they had, the Blues. The Magpies look a little bit quicker.
Centre breaks have favoured Carlton too, Pete, 6-2.
As we go to the centre again, Madden versus Moncourse. And that'll be a good contest. Scores are level. 25 apiece. Justin Madden has to wait underneath it. Taps it down with the left hand. Thump further afield of the half-forward line. Alan Richardson. Quick hand pass. Well played to Woods. Tony Woods to the half-forward line. They race back after Michael Sexton waits for the bounce. McKay is there. Here's the danger man, little Bradley Rowe. Swings onto the right foot, brings it back to Rocker. Rocker and Silvani. Rocker waits for the bounce. And it rolls to the line, deep in that forward pocket next to the behind post.
Big job for Brett Ratton too from Carlton. He's got the job on Rowe. He's got to play him tight.
Justin Madden versus Rocker. Madden, look at that big left arm. Oh, Hannah's going to come across goal, but it's a free kick. Too high on Millham Hannah. He was heading back for in front of goal again. I think David Parkin should say something to Millham Hannah at quarter time about that.
He lost his head. He's gained the free kick as Lehman stands the mark. Long course to Madden. Madden shows a bit of judgment. Well, then plays on. Gleeson picks up the crumbs well. Diulio at midfield. Bradley. Diulio, who's got pace to burn. Low trajectory kick. Beautifully done by Steve Kernahan.
That's what they've got to do, but they've got to open the forward line up, get the ball down quickly to Kernahan, so he's one out with Pert. Then have Heaver, Bradley, Alvin, those sort of players chipping in for crumbs if there's a spoil coming from Pert. He'll always punch the ball 15 to 20 metres away, Pert.
Slight disagreement. Behind play. Kernahan has the ball, going for his fourth goal. 4 marks, 3 goals. He's hooked it slightly. His first blemish. 3 goals, 1. And so the Blues lead by the narrowest of margins in the first quarter, 4-2 to 4-1. They led by 4 goals. Midway through the term, Gary Pert having a nightmare start. Woods making the lead. Ooh. Didn't attempt to kick the ball, he'd gone over the line just as well. Goes out in the direction of Christian. Hogg gets bumped off it. Moncourse fumbles. Hogg pushed him in the back.
Well done by Hogg.
Diulio pushes his opponent in the back and has given away the free kick. It'll be taken by Lehman at left half back for Collingwood.
Troy Lehman been dogged with hamstring injuries, but he's back in the side. Hannah at the back. Ooh, punched it away. Here's Christo. He went past the ball. Williams caught, surrounded by 2 Carlton players. Almost thrown away then to Christo. On to Gleeson. Here's Andrew McKay. He's a terrific player. Trying to crash his. We're still going on with it. And the umpire has signalled that he went too far. No, a trip. I thought he was going to say he went too far. Andrew McKay. Almost from the centre of the ground. He's got Alvin out wide. And that's who he's looking for. Alvin should mark this. Oh, he didn't get back quickly enough. He used his body well. Still going on with it. And really, he should have marked that. He was in the perfect position, Ross.
Yes, that ball just carrying a bit too far, but there's a trip right, the player just tripping Brown. McKay, I should say. Lucky because he had run too far.
Forward pocket for the Blues. That's Fraser Brown again. But oh, Williams having a booming first turn. Brings it to centre wing. Oh, great mark, Sexton. Terrific mark under enormous pressure.
Sexton from left centre wing with 3 1/4 minutes left in the first term. Good player from Sandhurst originally. Kernahan in front end marks. He's giving Pert a bit of stick. Graham Griggs did the move here the other night.
He's a very difficult player to contain, Kernahan, when he stands one-on-one like that. He's so tall. When he puts his arms up, they're very long and strong arms, and those hands are big. And he controls that football very well.
4 goals for the quarter. Be a top effort. Stick 3-1.
They'd be forced to make a move if he kicks this, wouldn't they?
You would think so. 49 metres out. He might have missed 2. He overcorrected because he hooked the other one, his previous shot at goal, and just overcorrected. He's missed to the right-hand side. So 5 shots at goal from Steve Kernahan, and he's kicked 3 goals, 2 in the first quarter. Gary Pert kicks long. Spalding, good spoil. Christian a chance. Ferguson over the top of it, paddles it out the back. And it's going to be a bounce right on 50.
Well, Pete, if you made the move, you're saying bring Christian back? Is that
That's what I was
saying?
thinking of. If necessary, they'll probably keep Gary Pert there for a little while longer.
You could always bring Kelly back onto the ground and put him at centre half back if Christian does go back.
So it's a bounce just outside 50. Carlton's left half forward flank. Spalding and Monkhorst. Richardson overruns it, gets a second chance. Good tackle by Heaver. Onto Kerrison. Or throw. Bradley's free kick, left half forward. Francis and Brown. Frank Bradley's free kick. He's trying to umpire it as well, Mick.
I wonder if you'll go to the torpedo punt here, Ross. You might think about it.
Well, with the swirly wind, it's not an easy shot.
Let's have a look.
Kernahan thought about the lead. Now comes out again.
Gee, that's a good kick.
It's clever play because Kernahan dummied a couple of leads, then turned to go back to say, no, kick it long, Bradley. Turn again. There's a great understanding between those two players.
He's kicked 3 goals, 2. This one to the right as well. So after starting with 3 straight, he's now kicked 3 goals, 3. 4-4. Beautifully weighted kick, and Kernahan made no mistake.
Oh, punch down to DeLilio. That was from Spalding. Still going on with it, Earl Spalding. He's a good trier. And eventually it's taken over the line by Tony Woods. It's about 25 metres around from the behind post. Carlton's forward pocket. There's Big Earl, former Melbourne centre-half forward. Been a good player for Carlton. Plays centre-half forward or centre-half back. He's doing the ruck work. Well played by Damien Monkhorst then out of the ruck. Christo's at the back. The big fist. Schollers there and McKay. Terrific play by McKay. On the Scholl again. He sets it up for full forward looking for Kernahan. Kernahan and Pert, but it drifts over the line and out on the full. So it'll be a penalty kick there to Gary Pert.
Pert on the last line of defence, well, he won't get a chance to take that kick as the siren goes, and Carlton, after leading 4-1 to 1 behind, finish up leading by 3 behind at the first change, 4-4 to 4-1.
The name of the game is Australia.
Second quarter from the MCG, 3 points the difference in favour of Carlton after they led by 4 goals early in the first quarter. Steve Kernahan has kicked 3 goals, 3. Madden knocks down. McGuan gets it across his body to the edge of the square. Christo, who was busy in the opening term. Oh, bad hand pass and a good intercept by Scotty Russell. Grabber not in possession. And Endeavour earned him the free kick. Starcevic.
And Pete Christo got caught out there because he couldn't handball left hand. He had to turn his body around to try and handball with his right. And an extra split second got himself caught. Then the ball was intercepted. So a lack of skill there. Gets himself caught out.
Craig Starcevic for his second, and a goal would give Collingwood the lead. It's coming around. It's coming around. It looks pretty good. It's a goal. Collingwood in front. Starcevic gets his second, and the Magpies by 3 points, 5-1 to 4-4.
We always talk about wanting to get the first goal after a break and give yourselves a bit of a lift after a lapse in play. And Christo, watch this. Tries to handball, should have handballed left hand quickly to McKay, didn't. Intercept and a free kick. Russell quickly has been tagged by McKay onto Starcevic, who's filled in centre half forward nicely with Kelly still off the ground.
The Magpies by 3 points. As Moncourse goes against Madden again. Fraser Brown slung to the ground and he didn't have it. Greg Williams will swing onto the left foot, in towards the pocket. Kernahan and Pert. Kernahan was pushed in the back and he's getting the free kicks, Ross, because he's in front.
Correct. And you'll always do, invariably you'll get those free kicks, Pete.
Well,
frustration here from Pert. He knew he couldn't get to the footy.
There wasn't much in that one.
no, actually in the replay there didn't look to be a lot in it. But Kernahan's chipping it in short here. Spalling's at the back. I think he should have been kicking along the end of the square. Heaver. Back it comes. DeLilio. Kicks at goal and he has snuck that one in for one behind. So there's one DeLilio. 29-31. 2 points the margin. It's amazing over the years how often these matches, the matches between Collingwood and Carlton, are closely contested affairs.
Haven't been in recent times though, I must admit, ground right.
But throughout the game,
Yes.
it's always close, and then one side might run away.
True enough, McGuan. Well, they could have raffled that. Monkhorst or Williams. Starcevic and Ratton. Rowe can't gather the crumbs, cleverly kicks it off the ground. Kicked a beautiful goal in the first quarter. Back to Woods. Won't be a score. Out of bounds. Good attempt to mark there by Watson. Used to call him the skunk at Victoria Park because he had a little white patch in his hair.
He's now playing on Alvin. Fraser Brown's been picked up by Alan Richardson.
Madden and Rocker. Rocker taps down to the front of the pack. Shot by Butcher, I think it was. That's a goal. By gee, booted that quickly. But it left his foot before I had a chance to pick up who it was. 6-1 to 4-5. And Butcher, who came on to replace Kelly in the first quarter, has got the goal.
There's a bit of quality about this player. He was released by Geelong, having played under 19s there. All-Australian till cover, so he's got something going for him. That's a very clever goal. Just his third game of AFL footy.
Magpies getting on top and doing it well. Certainly they've got an edge in pace. 37 to 29. Well, no one got that old Williams. Well played, Greg Williams, but it's a wild hand pass. Alan Richardson is there. The tackle on Ron DeLilio. And it will be a bounce halfway between the centre of the ground and half forward for the Blues. The Magpies have certainly tightened up. Darren Goldsmith and Chris Mitchell, two very experienced umpires. Madden gets his hands to it again. That's Paul Williams' thumb get away. Taken by Christo, holding the man. So it'll be a free kick to Ange Christo. This is Angelo Christo on that left foot looking for Kernahan again. Yes, no. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Francis has grabbed when he didn't have it. Play on, calls the umpire. Brown, now Spalding. Spalding, a quick hand pass to Ulio. In towards full forward, but waiting underneath there and taking an easy mark is Gary Pert. On to Francis, coming around the Melbourne members' pavilion side of the ground. Finds Paul Williams, who's had a blinder. Still going on with it. Now it's Gleeson. Quick hand pass. On to Elvin. He sets it up for Kernahan and Moncourse. And a great mark by Moncourse coming across the front of Steve Kernahan.
To Richardson. Magpies defence doing it well. Watson. Got Kerrison running. Still he goes. 3 bounces. 4. Well done by Watson. He's kicked it straight to Williams. He marks in front of Gavin Brown. Is he off? Otherwise it should be 50, shouldn't it, Ross?
Well, I don't blame Gavin Brown then, because Williams was drifting off, wasn't he?
Kept moving, yes. They had a nice old dust-up too about 2 or 3 minutes ago, those two.
You're watching Mill start. Oh, that's later on. But see, that's poor play by Carlton.
Butcher's going to have to go back. He kicked the goal a minute ago. By marks with her here, doesn't it? Almost a mark to Starcevic. Couldn't quite reel it in. Silvani plays a good tackle, holding the ball. No, stalemate. Rocker the last to get up. It'll be about 35 metres out, directly in front from umpire Chris Mitchell. Darren Goldspeak and Chris Mitchell, men in white today. And McAllister, the Collingwood president, on the boundary. Most other presidents watch from the stand. Sexton to Woods. Unloads with a bomb. And Ratton does well to rush it through for one behind. Actually hit the post on the way through. So a rush behind to the Collingwood tally. 6-2 to 4-5, 38 plays 29. Silvani to kick in.
Yes, he's done well, Steve Silvani, on Severio Rocker. He's kept him to one hand pass. Oh, this is dangerous. It comes off, but Christo's taken the mark.
Kicks have to be spot on, Pete, don't they?
Well, he just got that mark in before it was spoiled. Angelo Christo to centre wing. Spalding is there. Graham right. Well played, Earl Spalding, to press his way through the pack on the left foot, down towards full forward. Gary Pert out in front this time. Bradley pushing and shoving, trying to force his way to the front, and eventually Gary Pert taps it over the line. Good play by the fullback.
Yes, and also good play by Bradley. Knew Kernahan couldn't keep up with Pert, so he slipped in, made the contest.
Well, Steve Kernahan to do the ruck work against Damien Moncourse. Moncourse with strength. He gives it straight to Heaver. Heaver to Fraser Brown. Brown chips it into half forward with the markers taken by Greg Williams. He'll want to play on. You can bet on that. Off he goes. Onto the right foot. Oh, now he gives a hand pass to Kernahan. Back to Bradley. They're mucking around with it, Carlton. Bradley in towards full forward. Big Justin Madden at the back, but he hasn't got the pace to get there. Taken away by Watson. The Magpies go clear through Paul Williams. He can still go on with it. Sweeping hand pass. Graham right. He's got Mickey McGuan. It clears his head, but he'll get a favourable bounce here. McGuan from 60 metres. Up in towards full forward. Silvani back with the flight. But the ball clears the pack and bounces just before the line, so it'll be a throw in deep in that forward pocket.
Greg Williams getting caught out there. Obviously didn't want to kick on his right boot. Tried to dump it and go back on his left. They were aware of it and they blocked him off.
Didn't kick much on his right last week, Ross. I think
That's
once
right.
from memory. Rocker. Kerrison. Butcher it is. Kicked it straight to the man in the goal square, which was Ratton. Who was Ratton? Hannah. Brown from behind should have punched. Brown in front takes the mark. Fraser Brown and Gavin Brown. Starcevic on a lead, does well. From the West Australian, too far out to score from there. Kicks it to the man on the mark. Ball over the boundary. No, it's not over the boundary line. It is now. Free kick, deliberate.
Bit of rain now too, Pete. Make that ball a bit greasy.
Maybe a shower, because out to the west, Ross, it does look fairly clear over the top of the main scoreboard as the wind seems to be coming mainly from the west now. Madden, palms down. Carlton should be able to get clear. Scholl. Will Hannah. And a kick up towards centre wing. One-on-one duel. Right. With Diulio. It's the latter that wins. Gives away a quick hand pass. Taken away by Scholl. Scholl down towards right half forward. And dropping back into the space there to take a very, very good mark as Christian.
Good mark by Michael Christian. On to Graham Wright. The Magpies creating plenty of space. Graham Wright sprints away and brings it out to centre wing. A one-on-one contest. Butcher versus Hannah. Hannah did that very well. Oh, well done by the youngster. Hannah was grabbed. Play on, calls the umpire. Russell puts it on the ground. Umpire still calling play on. Brad Rowe is there. That was Ratton getting it to Fraser Brown. Hannah tries to tap it back into play. He did that beautifully to Greg Williams on the left foot. As the rain tumbles down, Williams puts it out of bounds on the full, and that is not like Greg Williams, Ross.
Correct.
This is Graham Wright. Umpire calling play on his right. A daisy cutting kick around the boundary line. It rolls over the line on right on centre wing as the rain, well, looking to the west, Pete. It's pretty clear, so this is just a minor shower, I think.
Groundsman would be upset at you saying a daisy cutter. There are no daisies out there, Pete, I would believe. Ground looks in pretty good condition. And the Magpies build on this. Lehman has it taken away from him. Sexton's in there. Williams, who's been playing particularly well across half back in the first quarter. He's got 7 kicks so far, taken 3 marks. Got the job on Gleeson at the moment. Starcevic and Madden. Won by Harry. Francis skirts the pack the long way home. It's all Carlton. Ball bounces through for one behind. Kicked by Tony Francis, his first score of the day. Collingwood total as the rain continues to come down. 6-3 to 4-5. The
They've lifted their intensity, Collingwood, at the football. They're now concerned about getting the cherry.
Pretty slow start, conceding 4 goals. Shaw finding the ball a little bit slippery, tries to get around Woods. Executes that manoeuvre quite nicely. Christian and Spalding, neither can take the mark. Williams again. He's doing well. Great skills. Former Tasmanian. And Woods takes the mark. Short of right half forward, too far out to score. A couple of kicks from home. Christo was the big flyer. Didn't drag the ball down. Francis roving the pack well. Gleeson does even better. Gleeson from half back.
And this is where they've been falling down. Collingwood on top here. Punched away by Brown. Williams is there and Heaver. Heaver loses the ball in the tackle. Taken away by Alan Richardson. Chips it wide. He's looking for Monkhorst and he found him too. And the big fella sprints clear. And kicks it long in towards half-forward. Hannah and Madden fight each other for it. Quick kick. Comes out of defence and the mark taken by Andrew McKay. He gives it off to Hannah. That original kick was by Ratton to centre wing. Mickey McGuan versus Bradley. Well played by Bradley to get his body in front, but his backup support was there for Collingwood from Graham Wright. Punched away by Troy Lehman, and then he was held, so it has to be a free kick to Lehman. Probably a professional free kick.
He did it well. He knew he was going to be tackled, Pete.
So Troy Lehman, 60 metres from goal. Collingwood on top in general play at the moment. Brings it in towards the pocket. Silvani and Rocker. Silvani used his body beautifully. Can go over the top to Hannah. Hannah, he better kick it quickly. Oh, he got himself into trouble. Gleeson, the shoal, they're mucking around with the ball. Rat, but they've got away with it. Sexton, Christo, in towards half on a shocking kick by Christo. Straight to Watson.
It's just a nothing kick, Pete.
Watson from half-back. Richardson is his target. Ball bounces kindly for him. He has to get it past Fraser Brown. Oh, excellently done from Richardson. To Woods. To Gavin Brown. Great to see him back in the side. Go Rowdy, they're saying. 50 metres out. Inside 50. Shot. He's off target. And off hands to behind.
Great run by Richardson. That's Allen.
6-4 to 4-5. Would have tested his injury out. Silvani to kick in. And a good job on Rocker. Ratton makes a lead. He's gone to the outer side. Sexton marking in front of Starcevic. And that rain shower seems to have left us. Just over Punt Road, I'd suggest at the moment. 2 number 13s, Hannah and Richardson. Out of bounds. I don't think on the floor. I think it came off hands. It did. The boundary umpire will throw it in right on centre wing. In front of that just about packed Great Southern stand. Very few seats vacant out there today. More than interesting to get the attendance. Alden. Christian punches away from Spalding. Williams could have got a free kick. Might get one here. No. Spalding. The tackle McGuan. Fraser Brown with Bradley. To whom he tries to give it. Doesn't bounce too well for him. Wright's just about got him. Francis puts the body in well. They've swallowed the whistle, the umpires. And that's sensible, I think. McGuan, Bradley. Could be a goal here. Diesel goes goalwards and kicks it. Williams is first. Carlton hit back again. 6-4 to 5-5. The difference is 5 points.
Well, I wonder whether he's going to kick on his right, and he had to. The chase came, but he got his... Bradley very lucky here. He tried to beat a few players. Brown was there to help. McGuan very strong at the footy. Then Bradley knew Williams was free. And he just got his kick away. Good goal.
The Magpies by 5 points. Oh, well played. Gleeson coming through the centre. Kernahan and Pert. Thumped away by Gary Pert. There races onto the ball. Alan Richardson caught. Almost throws it away. Pert gives it to Kerrison. Back to Alan Richardson. The Magpies combining beautifully in defence. Scott Russell goes for a bounce. Nearly lost it. Scotty Russell coming around centre wing. Brings it in towards half forward. And chipping in front is Bradley Rowe to take a safe mark. Silvani's on top down here at full forward, but chipping down there into that space at half forward is Paul Williams having a great game. Well,
4 marks, 8 kicks, Pete.
Paul Williams will kick from about 30 metres on a fairly acute angle, only 20 years of age. Tasmanian, dual cup champion, as a youngster. And this will be a handy one to the Magpies if he can kick this. He's normally pretty accurate, but he's drifted this one, I feel. Across the face and one behind only. I think the worrying thing for Collingwood is that Rocker's being held, Ross, and also they've had so much of the play and really they haven't been able to kick clear of Carlton.
That's right. Well, they haven't been able to break free and deliver the ball to Rocker, Pete. Quite right that they've been bottled up pretty well.
Pushing and shoving in the huddle. Might continue for a while because Silvani's just picked up the footy. Ratton leads to the member stand side. Silvani decides to go over his head. Beautiful kick. Collingwood mark. Woods has it. As Russell had brought it down. And goal! Well, the Magpies hit back again. 7-5 to 5-5.
Yes, great goal there by Tony Woods. The kick from Silvani, I should say, came in, looked to be long initially, but it just dropped short. Russell's the only player being able to watch it, dropping short, ran full board, nearly took the mark, and the ball's built free. And Watson, the play there, we see the kick from Silvani, dropped short. Gleeson couldn't get there, and a standing start kick from Tony Woods, who's a bit awkward, very effective.
So back to the centre, 2 goals the margin as Williams gets it to the half-forward line. No mark. Over the back, it's all Carlton. Andrew McKay, oh, he went without it. Still goes back and then dives on it. This could be holding the ball. No. I had a quick look at the umpire. Sometimes they ping it for
sometimes
those.
they don't. That's right.
As the bounce will take place about 35 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Madden versus Starcevic. Madden should win that with his height. Starcevic trying to get into a position by manoeuvring his body. And the umpire
Should just bounce the ball.
I agree. Madden, it's almost a free kick to Madden. I thought he might have been held there. Sexton. Woods again. Oh, he's missed it to the left, but he's a clever little player. Dangerous player. Former Fitzroy player, Tony Woods. As Alan McAllister looks on in his normal position down on the boundary, I can't see why Alan doesn't get up and stand under cover, Ross. Particularly when it rains, but pretty hardy. Oh, there's Greg Williams around the boundary line. Chance for Fraser Brown. He can run and have a bounce. He chips it back to the centre. He's got a couple of players here. They all look at each other. Here's Julio. Beautiful hand pass. Alvin can race into open goal here. He steadies, and an ordinary kick by Alvin. He's missed it. He could have probably run in a little bit further. He's missed it to the right and kicked it behind.
Well, he's not a big goal kicker, is he? But he generally plays across half-back. He started at half-forward.
Good kick in by Pert. Butcher and Hannah. Williams. McKay, who could go from there right on 50. He's a good kick. That's a beautiful kick. And the Blues hit back again. Andrew McKay kicks his first goal. 7-6 to 6-6 at the G.
Well intercepted by Bill Hannah. The kick from Pert wasn't bad distance-wise, but Hannah read it best. Butcher couldn't get there to make a decent contest. And Williams' handball is terrific, but McKay's had the job on Russell, both South Australians. It's a beautiful kick at goal. He's been great value, that player.
So back to the centre. Ratton tries to crash his way through. Gleeson off the ground. Oh, good mark. A terrific mark, Fraser Brown.
The Kuda feed is on for Gleeson.
So Kernahan a big chance here. Yes, he used his body to perfection and a beautifully weighted kick, Ross.
It was. He does that well, Kernahan. He sticks his body in front like that and takes it firmly on his chest. That's why it's so important that your midfielders deliver the ball to forwards like Rocker, Kernahan and the like effectively. Gives them a chance to have a better shot at goal.
Well, Steve Kernahan has kicked 3 goals, 3. And he will be kicking from about 50 metres. If he kicks this, scores will be dead set level. Great contest here at the MCG. Steve Kernahan kicks for goal. It drifts. I think he's kicked it. He's 4th. Well done by Stephen Kernahan. The captain has kicked 4 and scores a level.
Yes, in fact, it wasn't Gleeson that came off. It was DiUlio. And this mark by Kernahan, a beauty. Pert having all sorts of trouble there. the best thing about Kernahan, he's straight, he's kicking up. 4-3.
46 goals for the season to Steve Kernahan and 492 for his career. As Ross said, 4 goals, 3 this afternoon. Back to the centre, neither ruckman get an effective tap out. Gleeson goes in solidly, comes out with a football, a Collingwood ball through Richardson. Brown went through, applies a tackle on Francis. Arguably too high in the end, but it will be another bounce. Under 7 minutes left before half-time. And the sun shining brightly now at the MCG. Real spring-like weather in Melbourne and a finals-type atmosphere and crowd. Watson. Kickers to half-forward. Christo just got a little tap on, and then they took it a little bit lackadaisically there, the Carlton side. Sexton. Starcevic gives it out in front. Got a free kick from the back. Well, fair enough. Maybe just too far out to score. Rocker makes a lead. Silvani are hanging on. Rocker's nearly got it. Tries to go off the ground. And the ball put through as a rush behind. I think it came off hands in the end.
They might have to make a move there soon because Rocker is being well held by Silvani. They just might have to do something, Ross.
Yeah, give him another quarter though, Pete.
Alvin making a lead, then drops the mark in the end. Butcher off the ground, did well, gets it to Rocker. Will this be his first goal? 25 metres out. He has missed. And the umpire comes in. Will we get another shot? Is it out of bounds? The emergency umpire coming on too because there's a fight behind play. It's broken up. Shaw and Woods were having a slight disagreement. It's a free kick to Carlton. Well, it's plenty happening here at the moment. Bradley from that punch away. Ball too elusive from McGuan. It's over the boundary line, 70 metres from the Magpie goal. 5.5 minutes before half-time.
Well, a tight contest. The loser of this, depending on how the other games go, they could possibly miss the 6. So it is a vital game for both sides. There's Francis. Plenty of pace by Tony Francis. Racing forward for the Magpies is Watson with a booming kick. Silvani at the back went for the fisting. And it rolls off his fingertips over the line deep in that forward pocket. Steve Silvani doing a fine job at fullback. It's the value of Silvani. You can place him at both ends of the ground. Madden racing in. Rocker. Oh, it's taken away though by Silvani. Out to half-back. Brown and Williams. Punched away by Gavin Brown. It favours Andrew McKay having a fine season. To half-forward. Spalding back with the flight of the ball. Can't mark. Back up support for Collingwood there by Paul Williams as he brings it to centre wing, and a nice mark taken out there by Shane Watson. Watson chips it to the half-forward flank where McGuan makes space. He can play on the left foot here. Sets it up again for Rocker. Rocker and Silvani. Rocker, was he held? Umpire calls play on as it's forced through. He was just held momentarily, wasn't he?
If you're going to play that, you're going to play a lot of other free kicks that they missed.
He was grabbed slightly. Let you have a look. He was just grabbed slightly. Was he grabbed by the jumper? Well, could easily have been paid, I suppose. But Christo, a sweeping kick finds Bradley. Danger here for Collingwood because the loose man's been created. Hannah swings onto the left foot. Sets it up for Steve Kernahan. Kernahan at the back. Underneath it. The backup support for Gary Purtis from Williams, and it's forced over the line deep in that forward pocket as Kelly comes onto the ground. I thought they'd have to make a move sooner or later. And who's come off? Is Rocker off? Rocker's off, Kelly on.
So boundary throw in. Carlton's left forward pocket as the clock ticks down to half-time. Pert does the ruck work. Oh, he's hit it straight to Diesel. Williams a snapshot. Oh, what a jam! It's a goal! Williams kicks his second for the quarter. And Carlton hit the lead. 8-6-54 to 7-8-50.
Gee, that's a classy goal. I mean, we talked about him kicking his left foot most of last week, bar one kick. Pert a good punch away, but then no one down there for Collingwood. And that is all class.
Greg Williams' goal puts Carlton back in front in this thriller at the MCG. Tony Wood from the centre. Good shepherd applied by Kerrison. The kick up towards half-forward. Butcher and Alvin. Sexton. Alvin. A quick kick up towards centre wing.
Here's Greg Williams. He gives it straight to Graham Wright. Here's a chance for the Magpies. Starcevic brought down, too slow to get rid of the ball. It's all Carlton, taken by Sexton. Oh, a great dive on the foot. Here's Tony Francis sprinting clear on the left foot from 35 metres. Oh, he's hit the post. Bad luck for Little Rover, that deserved a goal.
Kudafiti's off, McCormack on.
And Paul McCormack, very tough player, number 30.
Another half forward.
And he'll be good in a contest like this, McCormack.
He's already niggling Watson.
He's a very hard player, Paul McCormack. Silmani doing a fine job at full-back, gets it to half-back. McKay, that's a mark. Oh, my goodness me, not paid. Sexton to the half-forward line. Spalding is there. McCormack went at it. Spalding and McCormack. Here's Paul McCormack, smothered off the boot. Good play, Michael Christian. Here's Mickey McGuan at half-back. Bumped off it as he brings it around the boundary line, and it will roll to the line. Throw in on centre wing.
2.5 minutes before the break. Goal here to either side would be more than handy. Madden and Monkhorst having a real wrestle. A legal one, we presume. Richardson to McGuan. 30-metre hand pass. Kerrison from right. A nice balk. There's Butcher. Goes goal with Silvani. Again getting back quickly to knock it away from Kelly, and it's off hands for one behind.
Played well, Silvani. Picked the right option.
2 points the difference. 54 plays 52. And it's the 207th meeting between these sides. Scholl marking in front of Woods. Mongrel punt the way he kicked it. No trouble with Spalding to take the mark though. Look for a player going past. Finds Fraser Brown. Not a long kick. And chipping into the space there was Watson. Madden was coming at him like a steam train too. Good mark. So Watson from half-back to get Collingwood out of danger, which he does so. Kick is to the wing position, punch away by Sexton into the arms of Francis. Hogg gives chase. Good Shepherd allows him to get his kick. Christo dropping back, tries to punch for the boundary line, succeeds in doing that. Kelly is there.
Oh, that's deliberate, isn't it?
Nope. Ratton takes it over. It will be a throw-in.
Oh, I thought he tapped it straight over. Brett Ratton. Let's see if it's deliberate. You watch this. Bang, straight to the line, but still the umpire gave him the benefit. There's Kerrison in towards the forward pocket. Silvani playing in front and taps it over the line. He did try to put it around that time. He's playing a terrific game at fullback, Steve Silvani. He hardly gave Rocker a touch. Now he's got Kelly on him. Madden, front position against Starcevic. The ball hits the deck. Brad Rowe. Now Williams, taken away by Sexton. He can't get his boot to it. McKay is there, taken away by Kerrison. A good tackle, and up by Darren Goldsmith, who's having a terrific season. And I'll make a prediction now. He'll be one of the grand final. He'll be a grand final umpire, Darren Goldsmith.
Got it in writing.
Has he?
Sexton punches clear. Might be the last scoring opportunity now before Richardson through that. There's the sign as Brown kicks. Christo takes the mark, but all to no avail. Which are the two heavyweights of the AFL. We've got 2 quarters to slug it out. Carlton gaining a 2-point advantage after they led by 4 goals early in the first quarter. But to Collingwood's credit, they fought back well. They actually hit the front. And so really, this game is set for a titanic finish in the latter half of the afternoon. So at half-time, it's Carlton leading. Look at it. It is a torrential downpour. And this is going to make it a different complexion altogether. Last week in the wet against St Kilda, Carlton struggled a bit. It's hail, is it? There's a bit of hail out there.
Looks like a Pete.
Oh, gee. I just hope we can see them. 2 points the difference. There's nothing wrong with your set. It's Melbourne's weather. And if it hasn't set in, it's going to be with us for a while anyway. A real different ball game. McGuan tries to get it off the ground. Gleeson, I think it was. Hanna has it punched away by Wright. Ball out to the centre wing position. And it comes to Francis, originally from Gavin Brown. Marking contest at half forward. Madden goes off the ground and finishes up on it. Williams and Hogg. Oh, look at that centre. Woods Kicks it up towards the 50-metre line. Rowe goes off the ground. Oh, Ratton nearly had his head finish up in the smoker's stand.
Free kick, Pete.
No doubt about that. Brett Ratton with the free. Well, he's kicked it well, but the ball's going to get pretty heavy. Oh, that's a great mark under these conditions taken by Williams. He's had a fine match. 13 possessions. As I said, it's going to be a different ball game now. The Crummers are going to be all important. Ball spills free. McGuan trying to get onto that left foot. Long into the pocket. Carlton have the numbers. And it rolls off the hands of the pack for one behind. So the first score of the third quarter. Rocker back on the ground.
Yes, Lehman's the player off, Pete.
Look at the west, Pete. It's pretty clear in the west, though. I think it's a very, very heavy shower, but I think it will stop. The lights are on. As the kick in by Steve Silvani to the half-back line. It's going to be difficult for players to control that ball. That was Starcevic. Now Scott Russell sprints clear. 45 metres from goal. He sets sail for home with a long kick, but Silvani has been magnificent at full-back, Ross.
Yes, he's been possibly best player on the ground, really, for his efforts down there.
So one kick and two handballs, so that's a perfect example where you don't go by stats. As the sun's starting to, well, almost peek through, because that shower will stop shortly, I would think, and the players will welcome that. Kicked in mid-air by Bradley. Now this is Andrew Mackay, who's been an excellent player, the South Australian, as he kicks it out to the line, right in front of our commentary box on centre wing. It'll be a throw-in. He's been a really top-class player for the Blues this year, Andrew Mackay. Madden versus Monkhorst. Monkhorst slipped over, then Madden grabs it out of the air and kicks it to half-forward. Spalding gets it to ground, off the ground by DeLilio, and it's a mark. This is Heaver. Heaver cleverly centres the ball. This is Gleeson. Oh, if he can get round, he can give it to Scholl.
Well done by Woodso. Pete held him up.
Now, Kernahan looming back in the pocket. It'll drop in short here. It'll clear the pack. Kernahan hasn't got any support. He can flick it back now. Good play, Kernahan, because he saw Scholl out of the corner of his eye, and Brett Scholl can steady, bring it in towards goal. Kelly off the ground and Lehman on as we speak. And Brett Scholl has kicked no behind. And probably that's a smart thing to do by Matthews.
Too many big fellas up forward.
Gary Pert to kick in. Carlton still leading by 2 points. And look at that water cascading into the gutter there.
DiIulio's back on two for Carlton. McCormack off.
Low trajectory kick to the 50-metre line. Punch away as by Hogg into the arms of Gavin Brown. In turn to McGuan. Gee, game bouncing in that midfield. He did well. Superb by Mick McGuan to full forward. Rocker and Silvani off hands again. And the ball rolls over for one behind to make the difference now 1 point at the MCG.
Yes, and Greg Williams in the centre of the ground. They're just calling for change of stops. He's obviously wearing moulded soles.
Why would you come out in moulded soles, Ross? I can't believe that.
Christo, yes, good question. Especially when the forecast did say showers. Starcevic up. Lost sight of the ball in the end. Hogg paddles it out. That's the operative word. Kick smothered from Spalding. Francis goes off the ground to Starcevic now. Starcevic is kicked towards centre half forward, and Alvin in the road takes a good safe mark right on the 50-metre line. And Severio Rocker, who hasn't had the greatest of days, stands the mark. It's on to Sexton. Sexton from midfield kicks out towards right half forward. Madden on his own marks. Big Harry. Awkward kick. Pert and Kernahan, no mark. Pert did well to get it away from the Carlton start, and Watson should be able to pick up the crumbs.
Watson around the boundary line. This is Scholl. Butcher laying the tackle and a push in the back. Free kick out there to Scholl, Brett Scholl. Now he's almost on centre wing, and well, fair enough too when you look at the replay. A dangerous chip pass across, and it will favour Collingwood now through Alan Richardson in towards half forward. Oh, reading that well and taking a good mark with Ratton.
This sort of weather, Pete, you've got to go direct. You don't come across ground like that.
Mackay, centre of the ground, and particularly with a wet ball, there shouldn't be any finessing. Here's Christo. Kernahan at the back. Steve Kernahan's marked. I read that beautifully, and it was a good kick by Christo.
Been a handy player.
Christo's had 10 kicks and 4 hand passes.
Part of his game he's improved is his delivery. Kernahan just loves these sorts of setups there, just eyes on the ball the whole time. Everyone else worrying about where he is, he's just watching the football.
Well, he's kicked 4, Ross, and there's changing the boots. And sensibly, but you would think the word would go through at half-time that it's about to pour, but anyway, he's doing the right thing now. Steve Kernahan, a vital kick in the context of this game. They lead by a point, Carlton. The slippery ball, these aren't all that easy, but he's put it right through the middle.
5-3 by Steve Kernahan today. 3 came in the first quarter, 1 in the second, and now 1 in the third.
Yeah, some compliments coming to Ange Christo at half back there. His teammate, he was the player who helped set this up, prepared to run off his line, and his kicking, as I mentioned, has improved. Good penetrating kick to find his skipper.
.53 today, 47 for the year, and 493 career goals now by Steve Kernahan. Great acquisition for Carlton since he came over from South Australia. What a star he's been. Fraser Brown, quick kick across his body to half forward. And Williams has changed his boots, which he did while Curtis was having a shot at goal. Kernahan, can he get another one? Not this time, no mark taken by Spalding. And Kerrison will see it over the boundary line. So Carlton looking the goods in the third quarter so far. Bradley looks like a drowned rat. Longhorst. Wasn't it?
He speaks very highly of you too, Pete.
Oh, he did. Like Johnny Platten last week at Subiaco, his nickname is the Rat. Snap at goal! From Gleeson is there. Superb roving. And Carlton go to a good lead at 13 points.
Yes, we see Rocket coming off the ground and Richardson to come on for his first run. Watch this again. Gleeson's terrific in the contest on the ground. It's his value as a clever snap from a rover.
Gleeson gets his first, and Carlton handling the wet much better than they did last week.
Mark Richardson on the ground. So Steve Silvani has his third opponent for the game. Now here's Hannah receiving from Fraser Brown. Danger time for Collingwood. Kernahan at the back. He needs a small man to help him out. Christian is there. Oh, Bradley! He can kick this. Craig Bradley's kicked another one, I think. Oh, the Blues on fire. Bradley kicks his first, and Carlton have started this third quarter brilliantly.
And Pete, you said it exactly. Kernahan needs a small man to assist him there, and he got the right bloke, didn't he? His former South Australian teammate there, Craig Bradley. As we see Pert coming off, and Craig Kelly will come on. Christian's gone to full back. Kelly will go to centre half back on Spalding as we see the kick from Hannah coming down. Skids through the players. Kernahan tries one off the ground. Goes sufficiently in favour of Bradley, who very quickly under pressure gets a great goal.
And we're back into the centre, 54-73. 3 quick goals by Carlton early in the third term. They're throwing the cat amongst the pigeons here. Alvin. Woods. Mark or free kick? Neither, says the umpire. Woods again. Tries to bullock his way through. Heaver blocked his path. And the umpire will bounce it just outside the 50-metre line.
Suggests it's been a while since Gary Pert's been taken off the ground.
Steve Kernahan, though, has done the damage with 5 goals, 3. Madden, Williams slung. Hogg. Quick kick. Comes out to Spalding, but it's going to be a free kick to Madden. 3 goals in 2 minutes from the Blues. We'll start to the third quarter. It's a foot race. Williams tried to go off the ground. Has opened the floodgates perhaps. Bradley flips it out the back. Recipient is Hannah. Around Russell. Around Lehman. Long towards full forward. Monkhorst dropped back. Diolio on the burst. Has he kicked it? Yes, he has. 4 goals to start the third quarter. That would drive you bananas if you're a Collingwood supporter. 12-7 to 7-12.
And a clever kick by Williams to get the ball out of his flank here. And I think it might have been Woods who tried to kick off the ground for Carlton. He missed the ball completely, really, and set up Carlton. Anna cleverly pushed it forward, and Diolio with his pace, goal shooting ability, that's what he's there for.
Well, Carlton go forward again. They lead by 4 goals. This has been a blitz in this term. Great wet weather football by the Blues, and most people would have thought it'd be Collingwood that would these conditions would favour. Now, here's Scholl on the left foot receiving from Spalding. Kernahan, using his body beautifully, Kernahan. That allows Gleeson to kick it goal, and he's kicked it out on the full. But Kernahan is playing a fantastic captain's game up there at full forward, Ross.
Well, both ends of the ground, they've got Kernahan doing very well at full forward and Silvani, the perfect foil at full back.
16 minutes left in the third quarter. Monkhorst in front, nearly a mark, in fact being paid by the umpire. Monkhorst at left half back. Magpies needing something to happen pretty quickly. Of course, they trailed by 4 goals in the first term and they got back into it. Silvani, what's he doing up there? McKay through some very heavy traffic, nearly off the ground. Silvani, is that far enough for a mark? No, says the umpire, not paid. Butcher with McKay. Alvin kicks from a standing start. Spalding, Hogg, Bradley, nearly a throw to Brown. Was a throw, he says. Now it's going Carlton's way.
Yeah, he's coming back to Hogg. Francis a bit high there. Silvani's up the ground, Pete, because Starcevich has gone to full forward. Sexton's still with that player, and Richardson out to centre half forward. Silvani on him.
Centering kick by Hogg. No one can gather the greasy ball. Monkhorst finally to Kelly. Ned's kick along the ground up towards the centre wing position. Kerrison. Francis. Silvani. And Francis putting his body on the line. He's going to be rewarded, and you couldn't really argue with that.
It's a good pressure from both sides.
Francis with the free at midfield. Rather right centre wing. As Pete McKenna mentioned, the lights on. It's the bad light at the moment. Brown tries to get it further forward. Williams from Alvin was good play. Here come the Blues once more. Fraser Brown, you'll have to be quick. Good tackle by Woods, and it's a turnover. It goes to Watson.
Yeah, it's not good vision, that. As the mark has been, I can't understand how he didn't see the player.
Yeah. Mine was obviously set further down the ground, but even so, you should still sense there's something coming towards you.
Yes, it was poor vision by Fraser Brown that allows the Magpies in here through Craig Starcevich, who has looked dangerous. Loves the MCG, this player. Here's kick 2. He's been their best forward. And they could do with the goal here, the Magpies. Craig Starcevich. Oh, it looks pretty good. I think he's kicked this all right, yes. So Craig Starcevich has kicked his third. The Magpies fight back. 8-12, plays 12-7.
Well, I'd agree with you, Pete. He has been their best forward. He's mobile. He's had the better of Sexton throughout the course. And just see there, Brown just never saw Woods whatsoever. And a costly one because the goal results. Monkhorst has also changed his boots.
.160 career goals to Craig Starcevich now as the Magpies come back. Hannah to McKay. Hand pass out of the middle originally came from Williams. Williams to McGuan. Up to half forward. Hannah, good tackle on Monkhorst. Rowe, excellent effort. The Johnny Platten lookalike with the heavy ball, maybe too far out to score now. That rain is still falling, not as heavy as it was before. Sexton in front, can't take the mark. Opportunity for the rookie Butcher. Scholl goes with him. Scholl goes off the ground. That was well played. Good wet weather stuff from the Carlton defender to see the ball safely over the line, right on the 50-metre mark.
He's an improved player, Brett Scholl, Pete.
He's done well. 9 kicks today. Madden prepares for the throw-in. With Richardson. He's just come onto the ground, got the cleanest jumper. Madden too tall. Gleeson, who kicked a beautiful goal from a snap earlier in this term. Monkhorst and Williams. Clean bowls the lot of them. All paddled further forward. Richardson, hand pass to Woods. Throw, says the umpire. Going to be a Carlton free kick. It's going to be taken by Mill Hannah.
Hannah at half back. He should be kicking it along with that wet ball. He does. Now he's looking out there for Bradley. Hunched away by McGuan. And Fraser Brown can't keep it in. And Bradley's hurt, holding his head. He might have whacked behind the ear as he went for that mark. Accidentally, of course. As we said, Let's see what happens. So down, he's still down.
Oh, a knee right in the back of the head.
Knee, yes. I think it was accidental from Mickey McGuan. And knowing McGuan, he's not that sort of player, but he looks as though he's dazed a little bit, Craig Bradley. The ball almost at half forward for the Magpies. Difficult conditions now to catch up the leeway. They're 19 points behind. Kelly can't mark. Very difficult to take those one-grab marks. Graham Wright was held. And a free kick, and Ronda Ulio doesn't agree. And he better watch it, or it could be 50. And this is Graham Wright from the half-back line, sprinting clear. He chips it across. This is dangerous, but it comes off. Taking the mark is Shane Kerrison. He's at half-back for Collingwood, right at centre half-back. Should be driving it long across the centre. He does. He's looking for Mark Richardson. Silvani's on him. Over the back is big Justin Madden. He was grabbed off the ball, and the umpire said exactly that. Advantage paid to Alvin. Alvin kicks it on the left foot, down towards half-foot to Ulio. This is danger for Collingwood. Ulio, the soccer kick. It rolls back towards the goals, and in fact just rolls. It hit the behind post, so it'll be a throw-in.
11 minutes left in a very wet third quarter at the MCG. Before this huge crowd, Bradley seems to have recovered from that knock he got. Carlton have done all the attacking in the third quarter. Kelly in front. DiIulio goes off the ground. One of those miraculous shots that sometimes can come off. Not this time. So maybe the season on the line for the Woods here this afternoon, depending on other results, of course. Kernahan out the back.
Great
snapshot.
Heaver, Pete,
there's a goal. Brent Heaver touched. Gee, who touched it?
Terrific snap under pressure.
He was first score. Got 5 last week. And so Christian kicks in. Goes to the outer side looking for Woods.
It's coming back, free kick to right, is it? For holding on?
Woods, I think. So this is Tony Woods, the former Fitzroy player, in the back pocket. He's coming across goal here. It'll have to be pinpoint accuracy. It is. Gee, there were 2 Carlton players ready to pounce. Michael Christian. Richardson. Oh, and this mucking around with it at half-back with these short passes. Roscoe with the wet balls.
You've got to clear the ball out of defence too, Pete, in these conditions as long as you can.
You certainly cannot finesse with the ball around that half-back and full-back area with the wet ball. There's Spalding doing the ruck work. Gleeson can tap it on. Heaver off the ground to Ulio with Graham Wright. 2 pacey players. Wright beats him to it. Taken away by the little Tasmanian to the centre of the ground. Great pick-up by Richardson. On to Kerrison. Kerrison dummy. But bad play by Collingwood. They really mucked that up. Here's Greg Williams, the maestro. He's got plenty of time, but behind the play something's going on.
Madden, he tried to shepherd against Brown. Took Brown across the shoulder.
Well, it's been paid to Brown. An important turnover because the kick comes into Richardson. So Alan Richardson, centre of the ground. The Magpies could really do with a goal here. Punched away by Silvani. A chance for Lehman. Around the corner goes Lehman. It's all Carlton, and thumping it through is Andrew McKay. In fact, he's thumped it over the line. So it'll be a throw in deep in that forward pocket for the Magpies.
As Pete said, they badly need a goal. 9 minutes left. They trail by 20 points, but under these conditions, that's a pretty fair sort of a lead. Out it comes to Alan Richardson. Left foot snap. Silvani turns around to see the ball just about to hit him on the chest. Hannah and Gleeson are there. Gleeson will apply the shepherd. Hannah still goes around the outer flank. Williams has got him, but he gets his kick in. Beautiful roost with the wet ball. Kernahan on the lead, marks in front of Christian. No, the umpire says play on. Did he?
No, he was...
Yes, he did. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Well, I thought he marked it. Obviously, he grasped it. Clayton's mark. Kernahan and Christian. Scholl. Ball slews off the side of the boot. Up and under kick. Kelly in front. Gleeson again. Winning the roving honours. Not a bad kick. It rolls. It rolls. Oh. And just touched through by Watson for a behind.
Collingwood have got a few spectators at the moment. Players sitting back, waiting for their teammates to do the work for them.
21 points the difference. Mick McGuan. Light rain still falling. Have to make conditions pretty trying for the players and this huge crowd. So McGuan to kick in straight down the corridor, and does have pinpoint accuracy with the pass because he finds Christian right on 50. Gleeson will stand the mark. Oh, shocker. That's straight to Milhana. He gives away the hand pass to Mackay. Richardson went for him, missed him. Still he goes. Hannah. Good tackle, holding the ball. So the Collingwood crowd and Williams will get the just reward of the free kick at right centre wing.
That's that mucking around with it that we were talking about 5 minutes ago.
Don't finesse.
With a wet ball, you get back and you kick it 50 metres your end and put the pressure on the defenders. Now, here's Silvani at the back. He puts pressure on his opposing forwards. Now, Gavin Brown a chance. From 40 metres, Brown tries to hook it back. And a good contest down there. A free kick, or it was out in the full, in fact, as the kick comes back to Christo. Angelo Christo at half-back. He can chip it further afield looking for Hogg. Hogg marks at half-back. That's a better kick. There's a 50-metre kick to Spalding. Centre wing. Francis is there. Playing for the free kick. Then tunnel balls it. Oh, he's tunnel balled it straight to Hannah. Hannah can run right in here. Touches it again. He should kick it now. He sprints clear. He'll look for Kernahan. Out comes the full forward. Can't mark. It's a loose ball. Kerrison and Heaver in a push in the back. And I think he did get into his back too, Ross.
You've got to pay those.
Free kick to Shane Kerrison in that back pocket.
Favours the outer side. Mark taken by Woods. Formerly of Fitzroy. Mackay standing on the mark. Rain still falling, not as heavy as it was. Sexton in front of Starcevic. Mackay has it knocked away from him. Quick kick by Brown to the front of the pack. Richardson overruns it. Russell. Christo, who's been good. Fraser Brown will give it back to him. Christo on right centre wing to put Carlton back into attack again. Excellent kick, long, up towards full forward. White will have to get back there quickly. He does for Collingwood and will be quite content to see it over the line. Carlton supporters looking for a free kick from deliberate.
It would have been a brave umpire.
Well, in these conditions, you can't turn on foot and bring the ball back into play.
Madden taps down. Gleeson to the front of the pack. Heaver. Well, this could be a goal. Fraser Brown on the left foot. Off target, out of bounds on the full or behind. And the sun tries to peek through. It's out on the full. So free kick going pocket. 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Graham Wright to take the kick. 4 seasons in 1 day.
And the sun's out as we see Kernahan tapping it back to Hannah. Well played. Now Kernahan again. He's been a great player. Kernahan, he's kicked 5 goals into the pocket. Some holding going on. Delulio's telling the umpire he was grabbed by the jumper. And he was actually. But he was on the blind side of the pack. So it's about 35 metres around from the Carlton goal. They've played a great quarter of wet weather football. Graham Wright. Quick hand pass out to Kerrison. Kerrison will go for the line and he taps it over. Good play by the little back pocket player. 50 metres now from the Carlton goal. As we see Spalding and Craig Kelly to do the ruck work. The ground bathed in sunshine now. Alan Richardson gives it across to Gavin Brown, who hooks it back towards centre wing. Kernahan taps it down. Monkhorst was grabbed. And Big Madden trying to... Oh, he threw it out. And up by Darren Goldspink, right in the scene. This is Paul Williams to the half-forward line. Sexton and Starcevic punched away towards the line. Kent Butcher is there for Collingwood, and also Tommy Alvin. Experience versus youth in that contest. It'll be a throw-in half-forward for Collingwood in front of the Melbourne Members Pavilion.
Bright sunshine now at the MCG after the downpour. Monkhorst and Madden. Butcher, good tackle by Alvin, rides him into the ground. Madden with the football, out to Hannah, the advantage rule paid. Hannah's kick up towards left half forward, a good mark is taken by Kernahan, too far out to score with the wet footing. Oh, and in the end he made a bit of a move of that, over the boundary line in front of Craig Kelly for a throw-in.
Yes, he's looking for the lead of Spalding. They've interchanged at centre half and full forward. Spalding had to go back again and Kernahan was ready to kick, and then when he decided to, is completely off balance.
The Blues getting the break in the wet, surprisingly. Kernahan and Christian. Watson. Oh, fresh air shot. Williams to Heaver. Could make them pay. And Heaver doesn't. Again, out of bounds on the full. So the Blues wasting opportunities, and they've had plenty in this quarter. And a good turn by them. Kelly to kick in. Kick dropping a little bit short with the wet ball, as you would expect. Gleeson with Francis. And the bounce. Under 3 minutes left in the quarter. Collingwood 8-12, Carlton 12-9, so the difference is 21 points. Blues at one stage kicking 2 goals in 3 minutes. And Gleeson kicked a beautiful snap. Watson to the boundary line successfully, out of bounds. Still left half forward flank for Carlton, but about 65 to 70 metres from goal. Certainly drier on the interchange bench than it was out in the middle earlier. Madden, Williams, Fraser-Brown. Well, it's become a real struggle now. 20 points the difference, or 21 points in favour of Carlton. Magpies won earlier in the year by 6 goals. Severio Rocker kicked 6 then, but he hasn't had a touch today. Kicked at both ends of the ground. Carlton on top, full back and full forward. Gleeson paddles from Mackay. Mackay again. Brown. That'll be a free kick. Going Collingwood's way.
Well, initially Brown looked for the free kick for holding on. He didn't get it, then they pushed him in the back, and that's what that kick was for.
So Tony Francis, a little chip kick. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Spalding, who read that beautifully.
That's a good one.
And there were 3 Collingwood players to kick it to, Ross. Oh, this could be an important kick. He probably won't make the distance. He'll have to kick from 52 metres with a wet ball. The players congregating in front of the square. Michael Christian on Steve Kernahan. Earl Spalding, he should just kick it high to that square. He's going for the torpedo punt kick here. And he gets onto a torpedo across the face, though, and kicks one behind to the Blues. And Collingwood making heavy weather of it. They're finding it difficult to get it out of that backline area.
Yeah, they've got no flow to their game, Pete. Their playmakers, Francis, Russell, have been reduced.
Kerrison kicks in, under a minute left in the third quarter. Hannah read that best of anyone. Kick is high. Should land at about 35 metres from goal. Watson, kick off the side of the boot, might find Wood. Scholl in pursuit of him. Ball props just before the boundary line. Scholl, I think, quite content to take it over, which he does, and it'll be thrown in 75 metres from goal. So just over half a minute left in the term, which has been a good one for Carlton. Collingwood kicked 3-9 in the second quarter, and probably should be a little bit closer. Mackay and Russell. Intended for Brown. Woods is there. To Watson. Alvin. Good safe mark by the veteran Carlton defender. Christo telling him to go to Gleeson, which he does. Good tackle by Lehman. Sexton. A quick kick up towards half forward. Ball spills free after the tackle. Scholl gets up, looks at the umpire, but the siren is gone. And at 3/4 time, Carlton will go to the break with a good lead under these conditions. The Blues leading 12-10, 82. Collingwood 8-12-60.
Thompson, he is down in the forward pocket.
Yeah, Richardson and Rocker off.
And Gavin Brown, I think, full forward.
22 points the difference as we begin the final quarter at the MCG. Carlton in command, but can they stay there? They were pegged back, lost a 4-goal lead earlier in the match. Madden, a quick hand pass. The recipient is Hannah over the top. Fraser-Brown, who's been watching Pele. Watson. Mackay, Pert, Christo. Mackay again. Ball over the boundary line. Centre wing on the outer side. First minute of the final term.
Lost 4 opponents for Silvani now.
Yes, and with Brown at full forward, Tony Woods is now picking up Williams.
2 Giants go at it again. Madden a slight advantage in the tap. Woods. Hannah just inside the boundary. Williams and Watson. Kelly off the ground. Sees it safely over the line.
And during that third quarter of the dominance of Gleeson, Francis has had to take the tag up on him, which has released Hogg to go back to a back pocket, and he's picking up Williams.
Monkhorst gets front position. Madden wins the tap out the back. Gleeson stumbles. Fraser Brown takes the kick.
Free kick, Pete, push to Gleeson.
Gets it for in the back. Kicked a beautiful goal in the third quarter. Well, I said he stumbled. I'll stick by that. Wasn't too much in it. But he's done well, Adrian Gleeson. 15 kicks, 5 handballs, so 20 possessions, plus 3 marks. Play on call from the umpire. Kicks inside 50. Kernahan at the back. Couldn't take the mark. Lehman off the ground. Some danger here for Collingwood. And Kelly slaps it towards the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yes, Craig Kelly started on the forward line, actually.
Just hasn't been able to get in the game, has he, Pete?
Well, he hasn't really got over that knee injury, in my opinion. It takes a while to get the confidence back. And here's the danger play. Williams, he lost it that time. Woods had it a long time. Thumped down by Watson, straight to Christian. Punched away. That was good play by Scholl from 40 metres. Brett Scholl kicks a goal. Oh, what a great individual effort by Scholl. Top goal.
Want to make it hard?
Well, Brett Scholl kicks his first, and that was top-class football. 13-10, plays 8-12.
And he's been a good contributor on the wing too, Pete. He's had 11 and 8. 11 kicks, 8 handballs. And that goal, gee, if anyone wanted the goal, it was Collingwood at the start of this quarter. Good punch away from Lehman, who's been on and off the ground. It's a good long kick in these conditions. And the plaudits coming from his teammates, as they should.
Only 7 career goals from 27 matches, Craig Scholl. That was a beauty from Carlton's point of view. Couldn't have come at a better time. It comes inside 50 again. Kerrison and Heaver. Kernahan, was he grabbed when not in possession? Looked like it. Gives it to Heaver. The snapper is rolling, but there might be a free kick behind play. There is. So Steve Kernahan, a chance to bury Collingwood. He's kicked 5 already, 5 goals, 3. As I said, was he grabbed when not in possession? I said he was. It'd make it just about impossible for Collingwood to come back from here under these conditions, you would think. So his 48th goal for the year coming up if he's accurate. He's usually missed from that distance. He's drawn it a little bit and registers only behind. So 5 goals, 4 for the Carlton skipper. Not too pleased with his efforts.
Good thing about his game today, though, Pete, on Sport Talk last week, you could tell that he was so disappointed with his effort in the wet last week that he knew he wanted to make amends, and he's done that so very well today.
Kerrison kicks in. The difference is now 29 points.
Hannah, disciplined play from behind. Here's Spalding racing on it. He loves him on the left foot, Earl Spalding, but this time puts it out in the forward. He normally kicks better on his left than his right, Ross.
Well, you're saying he's not such a good kick on his right.
A little bit.
That makes him a very good kick on his left.
Shane Watson chips it in. Graham Wright has marked at half back. They need some long. Oh, he's kicking across the face, but it's pretty clear. Shane Kerrison breaks clear. He's caught. Oh, this could be costly. Tapped on. Kernahan. Scholl again. In towards full forward. There's no one there for Carlton. Oh, he's dropped the mark down there, Graham Wright, but he recovers. Gives a hand pass. Scott Russell. Richardson. Alan Richardson this is. Finds Tony Woods on centre wing. Alvin's after him. In towards the pocket. Rowe. Ratton's got on top of Brett Rowe. Taking him right out of the game, Brett Ratton. And he brings it around to Scholl on centre wing. Oh, Carlton playing well. Brett Scholl. Standing start. Kernahan. Have a look at that for strength by Stephen Kernahan. Terrific play. Monkhorst, well done. On to Mickey McGuan. McGuan to Woods. Woods on centre wing. They wanted goals. They want them badly, Collingwood. Silvani in front. Good play, Stephen Silvani. Play on calls the umpire now. Back up support. Still Silvani going on with it, and he shuffles it out into Gleeson. Collingwood a chance at half forward. Sprinting clear is Gavin Brown. It's off the side of the boot. Ratton back with the flight of the ball, and it beats he and Rowe over the line deep in that forward pocket for the Magpies.
20 and a half minutes left in the match. Effectively 5 goals the difference. As Madden lopes in, 60 to 89. Blues setting up the break in the third quarter. Madden and Starcevic. Starcevic a fingernail. Gleeson grab, falls over. Will take a free kick. It's been good, Adrian Gleeson today. Pretty good stats, 21 possessions. Longhorst with Mackay. Kerrison at the back. Hogg. Out of bounds. Right on 50. In front of that packed southern stand. Matthew Hogg, formerly of Footscray. Madden and Starcevic this time. Pert over the top. Did it once before, hit it straight to Williams for a goal. Sexton. Gee, was that deliberate? Certainly didn't try to disguise it very well, did he?
He's a good, honest player, Michael Sexton, Ross.
Yes, underrated. He's at 50 game category, Pete, but stepped up and taken some responsibility this year.
Pert over the top once more. Blues get clear. Scholl. He went for the kick off the ground, has to get back quickly. Butcher meets him solidly. Watson, beautifully done. Nice hand pass. Pert, can he kick a goal? From 48 metres, goes long. Rowe gets back, just marked it, and out of bounds.
On the full.
Yes, before he got the hand to it. So Ratton again, kicks in, favours the outer side.
It's a clearing kick by Ratton. And the two number 20s, Fraser Brown and Tony Woods. Woods gets a quick kick to that, but it was over the line before he kicked it, so it'll be a throw in. 50-metre line for the Magpies, and under these conditions, very difficult to make up that leeway.
Woods has come off for Williams too. Pete McGuire's now picking up Greg Williams.
So here's Sexton. They've got a good defence, Carlton. One versus Williams, and it's forced to the line, but these are valuable seconds ticking away for Carlton.
Hasn't been a really productive day for Williams, as we can see by those handballs, Ross, has it?
I know, but what he's done with them, Pete's been pretty effective.
Madden versus Monkhorst. He's hard to beat, Madden, at these throw-ins. He's just so tall, 6'9.5". Hannah's been an excellent player. He'll be one of the better players on the ground, Mil Hannah.
16 and 10 from Mil Hannah.
Yeah, top game by Hannah.
Carlton will be very happy just to see the game go this way. Just a dour struggle with the lead they have, just to keep the game in control.
Again, the wrestling going on. Madden front position, and the big left mid goes up again. As Gleeson dived on this one, and the umpire will give him the benefit. And just Collingwood not looking like making any leeway at the moment.
Gleeson hands it back to the umpire. 22 possessions for him. Top effort. Madden palms it down. Williams. He's done well.
A good mark.
Started on the back line. Scotty Russell, they need to get more out of him today. Pretty quiet afternoon. All punched away. Heaver and Woods. And it rolls through for a rush behind.
So it was a good punch by Heaver. It looked dangerous initially because it punched right toward goal, but had sufficient carry on to go through for the point.
28 points the difference. Getting a little bit darker again. Maybe another shower forthcoming. Gubby Allen thinks likewise. Put the hood up, I think. Steve Silvani. Well, he hasn't had many kicks. Only 2 forehand passes, but he had, I think, 3 opponents at last count. In front, Butcher. Mackay behind. Heaver does well with his pace. Out it goes to Hogg. Tries to go off the ground. Flips it out to Heaver again. Diolio, Gleeson, Mackay, Albin. Too far out to score, outside 50. Oh, beautifully done though. Look at that. Superb forward play from Carlton. Stephen Kernahan has kicked 5 goals for and a chance to really make this game safe.
They got away with that, Pete, because although some of the players fumbled like Hogg on half back, they had support around themselves and they just got the ball forward very quickly with hands. First option, instinctive thing again. You end up with a shot at goal.
So Kernahan directly in front. Hit the post. Oh,
Crashed into the post.
and he took it out of the ground. 5 goals. 5?
Correct.
Started off with 3 straight. 13-12. The Blues tally now.
Still the margin is 5 goals. Well, as you say, 5 goals straight. Very almost impossible for Collingwood to make this up. But not speak too soon. You never know. Oh, Hannah has been fantastic. Look at this. From the boundary line, Millen Hannah has missed. He's kicked it behind. But that is determined play, isn't it?
Yeah, Pete, you're trying to say there on that he wasn't quick.
You did say that before the match, Pete.
Do you recall that?
Well, I said Carlton on a quick side as Lee Matthews looks on, and Dennis Banks in the background, former Collingwood star.
We're not ganging up on you, but you did say it.
Yeah. I know. I don't think Carlton are a quick side, and I stand by it, and I don't think Hannah's all that quick either. There's Kernahan. As we see Scotty Russell onto Lehman, in towards half forward. Over the back and socket off the ground. Here's a chance for Graham Wright. Centres the ball. He's looking down there. Brown playing for the free kick. It wasn't there. Taken by McKay, who's been outstanding again. Centre of the ground is Madden. Hannah is there also. Now Williams. Christo is there. Shane Watson butters up and brings it around the boundary line. It's rolling towards the line, and the Carlton players quite happy to see that roll over as the rain starts to tumble down again, and it looks pretty dark in the west, so we're in for another shower.
Might be pretty dark in Magpie Land tonight too. Of course, they play Adelaide next week. Might decide a place in the sixth depending on today's results. It looks as though the Magpies are going to be out of business here. Starcevic gets back quickly. Good tackle applied by Ratton. Looks for holding the ball and gets it.
Good effort by Sexton then. Starcevic looked as if he was going to take an easy mark. He just put his arm up in time and got the ball clear. Good stuff.
Sexton. Boy from Sandhurst. Bendigo way. On the centre wing. Richardson and Diulio. Gleeson off the ground. Almost like Gaelic football the way he did that. Still he goes. Kerrison meets him solidly and sees the ball out of bounds in front of the MCC Smokers stand. So a boundary throw in as the clock ticks down. 14 and a half minutes left. Good body on body stuff that. Russell doesn't take it. Watson does. Lehman from left half-back flank. Kickers to centre wing. Sexton and Starcevic. And again, the play suiting Carlton. They've got a good lead. Out of bounds. Suiting them right down to the ground. Starcevic 9 kicks, 5 marks. It's been one of Collingwood's better forwards. In fact, looking at the goal kickers, you'd probably say he's about their only forward, really. Walker had a dirty day and was taken from the ground. Silvani beat him pointless. Umpire's going to bounce it again. Gleeson, one of Carlton's best. So he bounced close to centre wing. Madden, McGuan, Starcevic all around it. Madden wins it down to Fraser Brown. Tucks it under his arm as he goes over the boundary line again. Well, it's not pretty to watch, guys, but I guess predictable from Carlton's point of view, isn't it? 5 goals the difference. 13 and a half minutes left in the match. Gleeson again, intercepting his Butcher in front of Bradley. It goes past Williams, Christo and Pert. Russell finally. A quick kick up towards full forward. Hogg gets back quickly, and Hogg with the clearing kick.
He's looking for Madden there. What will Big Justin do? Oh, he went past the ball.
I meant to let it go out of bounds, Pete. You read that well.
He is a character to watch, Justin Madden. Well, he's terrific value. They love him at Carlton.
I'll tell you what, he'll play well on the brown though too.
Well, he always does. He nearly won it one year. He ran second. But there's Williams weaving through the pack. Have a look at that for class. And then eventually he lost it. But probably tried to do a little bit too much. Still in play. Well played by Kent Butcher. In towards half forward. Sexton the flyer. And eventually taps it to the line. But, well, the rain coming down in a much heavier shower now. They'll make it safe for Carlton. 61-91. So 5 goals is the leeway they have to make up.
And just over 12 minutes left in the match too. Free kick from the boundary throw in.
It was against Christo, just pushed Pert in the back. They're having a bit of a scuffle, and the umpire saw the last action.
Gary Pert obviously at some stage changing his jumper because it's one of the cleanest on the ground. Official attendance this afternoon, 84,054. 84,054. Oh, not a bad sort of a roost. He's one behind.
He's a huge kick, Gary Pert, isn't he? And huge kick with a wet ball.
Everything's wet now. That's the difference. 29 points. They just need 5 quick goals and they've got it.
And the crowd's starting to go home, Pete.
Let's stay here while the rain's on. Thank you. Who's winning? So Christo has it. He's got a cross goal. Ratton. He's done a good job in defence. Stats wouldn't tell you that, but he's done okay. Bradley. Oh, good mark under these conditions. Gives it to Milhana. Hannah from left half-back, spiral punt kick, long. That's the way to play it under the wet. At the back, Watson, good tackle by Fraser Brown. Still got his kick in though. Earl Spalding has taken the mark. Gee, did it go the required distance? It's play moving quickly. Fraser Brown, dispossessed. Watson, it's out of bounds, only 5 metres from the behind post.
Free kick to Watson too, Pete. Fraser Brown falling over the top of him and just took him high around the face there.
So Shane Watson at left back pocket to bring the ball back. Gee, those stats are pretty good. 21 kicks, here's his 22nd.
Half back, Scott Russell. Steadies and a torpedo punt, a wobbly kick to half forward. Good mark by Starcevic with the wet ball. Excellent mark, but this is where they're falling down from here on in. A beautiful kick, a long kick. This might roll through, although Ratton's getting back there now with Rowe. Oh, Rowe, a kick in midair. Still Bradley Rowe on the left foot. Kicks a goal, and he has just missed. But they've been thrashed up there around the goal square area today, where Silvani has just been reigned supreme, he and Sexton.
Yes, it's been important that the likes of Ratton and Sexton, Scholl, those players, Pete, step up and take the initiative once again. Those 50 games I mentioned before.
They can strengthen that back line with Peter Dean to come into the side as we see Christo to half forward. Kelly has been a quiet player, smothered that well. Bradley hasn't been outstanding. Fraser Brown trying to look for Bradley. Bradley taps it to the line, and he'll be quite happy to see it over as we're under the 10 minutes mark. We've got 9 minutes and 50 seconds of play left in the match.
Collingwood only 1 goal 5 since half time. That tells us the story, I think, in a nutshell, doesn't it? No one going anywhere there. Looks like a rugby scrum. Harry will be the last to get up.
Official attendance 84,054, Pete.
Not bad. Record here for a home and away match is still safe. That's 99, so right back in 1957 was it, I think? 58? Melbourne and Collingwood on the Queen's birthday. Long weekend. Longhurst wins it well. 25-metre punch. Lehman will go off the ground effectively to the edge of the square. Christo is there for Carlton. Good hand pass. Heaver can't handle it with the wet ball. Now he picks up well. Kicks towards half forward. Kernahan in front. Has he taken that mark? He has.
That's a clever mark.
10 marks he's taken. 14 kicks. Kicked 5 goals, 5.
And see this mark once more. It's very clever in front as we see Fraser Brown coming off. McCormack will come back on. Brown's had a good jostle with Watson, but Watson's had the better of it.
So for his 6th goal and 494 of his career. 48 for this year. He's accurate. Gee, that's not bad. It's a goal. Carlton certainly safe. 14-13, 97 to Collingwood 8-15, 63.
Yes, it's so important to have a target like Kernahan and have him firing. He's had plenty of the ball today. His kicking early, as we've mentioned a few times, let him stray. However, he's kicked the important ones, gave them a good start, and then has been steady since then.
Well, Carlton have the game safe now. Could have been a free kick to Williams in for holding the man. He appealed to the umpire. Now the Magpies go forward. Scott Russell, a booming kick. Silvani almost took it. Ratton mops up. That back line has been superb for the Blues. There's Greg Williams. Can't trap it. Scholl has been a good player and a clever hand pass. Heaver. Further afield, Tommy Alvin. The Blues go forward again. Kernahan's at the back. He might get another one, the captain. Goal number 7 coming up. He stabs it. Yes! Great individual performance by Steve Kernahan.
49 for the year.
7 goals to the Carlton champ. A great exhibition of wet weather football for a tall player.
Yes, and the plaudits going back to Silvani and Ratton in the back line. They just attacked the football, cleared it beautifully, gave the centre line players a chance to get the advantage, and then Alvin was the finisher. And Kernahan has been outstanding.
7 goals, 5 to Steve Kernahan. Can he get his 50th for the year? As Carlton are going to come away pretty good winners here. Gleason's kick out of the centre gives them another chance, and also Kernahan, here he is, overruns it this time. DiIulio could make them pay just the same off the ground. He goes and kicks another one. DiIulio second. It's raining goals as well, and Carlton fans ecstatic. They've beaten the enemy into submission. 16-13, 109 to 8-15, 63.
It's amazing how you can turn your form around. Last week they did look very ordinary against St Kilda. But today they've just been prepared to get in front, put their bodies on the line, attack the football. And when it got wet, when there was a question mark over a few of their players, those players have stood up very well. Full marks to them.
Well, all of a sudden the margin is 8 goals. And, well, just under 8, but as good as 8 as we see Madden towards half forward. They've had a lot of good players, Carlton. Here's Bradley. Back it comes to McCormack. Now Alvin, Tommy Alvin, a quick kick to the half-forward line. It's no mark. Play on, calls the umpire. Heaver and Russell desperate. Here's Greg Williams. Danger for Collingwood again. Millum Hanna, been an outstanding player. He's big. Justin Madden. A booming kick by Madden. Kernahan at the back. No mark. Still Kernahan. Gleason gets it back inside. Oh, McCormack almost had his head taken off. It'll be a free kick to McCormack. Don't tell me Ross is going to kick another one.
Well, they may, but McCormack there just butchered the player coming through. No intent on the football.
Yes, the ball must be your objective.
Yep.
The ball must be objective at all times. It's all right to run it, guys, but if the ball's there, you should go for the ball first. Now, this is Paul McCormack. Has been on interchange most of the day for goal number 17 for the Blues. Top display as he kicks. It's close. I think he's kicked this. No, he hasn't. He just missed. The crowd had risen, but Paul McCormack had missed. 16-14 to 8-15 is Craig Kelly about to bring him back into play.
Kelly also had a stint on the bench this afternoon too. No mark taken. Kernahan overruns the ball. Kerrison. Kick us to the centre wing. Christo. Francis. Out of bounds.
Right on Ange Christos. That sort of stuff, apart from his kicking today, and he's had a few, 14 of them. His competitiveness has been very good as Greg Williams comes off the ground, and Anthony Koutafidis will come on. Good move by David Parkin.
Yes, the game well and truly over now, and he'll nurse Williams through to the final series. It's going to be a Collingwood free kick on the other side of the ground. Monkhorst. So the Magpies are going to have to regroup. Sexton chips in to take the mark. Ball falling short. And regroup they will need to, because to win in Adelaide is difficult. Only one side has done it this year, I think, from memory, and that's Hawthorn. Their finals hopes might depend on it. Hanna, who's been good, has taken the ball out just the same.
Gee, showed some pace there, Ross. He's been a great player, hasn't he, Hanna? 29
touches in these sort of conditions.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Monkhorst. Here he is again. Kurt goes at him. Christo gets the football. Off the ground it comes. So another throw in on centre wing with under 5 minutes remaining in the match, and that shower also seems to have passed us. Only 2 points separating these two sides earlier in the day on the premiership ladder. And Carlton will make it 6 now. McKay, he's been good this afternoon. Williams missed the errant hand pass. Kerrison. Spiral punt towards half forward. Sexton tries to punch the ball away. Alvin to Hogg. His kick is high towards midfield. A holding decision. According to the umpire, it's going Collingwood's way and will be taken by Richardson. The players just going through the motions now in the latter stages of this quarter. Collingwood well and truly beaten. Very much in it at half-time. There was only 2 points the difference as Russell kicks to half forward.
Well, courage shown down there by Hogg and Pert. Now, Koutafidis and Kerrison taken away for the Blues by Heaver. In fact, that was who kicked it down. Taken Paul Williams, who started the game brilliantly on an ordinary kick. Mickey McGuire is there, and Graham Wright. He's caught, gets in a hand pass. Here's Scholl. He went without it. Socket off the ground, down towards half forward. DiIulio on towards Gleason. Gleeson too slow to get his boot to it. Still going on with it. He taps it on towards half forward. DeLilio picks it up. No, he doesn't. Still a chance. Ron DeLilio on the left foot. Has missed. He's kicked it behind. He's dangerous when he swoops in like that. So now the margin is the even 8 goals. Certainly helped their percentage too, Carlton.
Well, Collingwood was pretty poor anyway, Pete, before the match started.
The Magpies in a bit of strife now, as you said, Pete, having to go to Adelaide next week to play the Crows. Will be desperately fighting for a position themselves. As we see out there, Hannah again. Well played, Hannah. Been outstanding play. Gets a hand pass inside. Watson, probably Collingwood's best player. Christo. Kernahan is there. Taps it on to McCormack. McCormack inside. This is Heaver. Oh, look at that. A beautiful kick. DeLilio has marked 20 metres from goal, directly in front. A beautiful kick by Heaver.
Yes, there's a lot of Collingwood's players' heads are down, looking at the ground. They realised their effort earlier on wasn't good enough. In the third quarter, particularly when Carlton took it up to them and took it away from them, they just haven't been able to get back.
Well, he's kicked two, Ron DeLilio. Kicking for his third from directly in front. This will really put the nail in the coffin. He's done it. 3 goals to the half forward. Great kick there by Heaver. 17-15 to 8-15.
Yeah, the discipline of Carlton today has been very good. And when it's been one-on-one stuff early in the game, in the first half, they were there. And they've continued on, and Collingwood have just dropped off the pace and allowed Carlton just to surge forward. Once Carlton get their heads up, they're very hard to stop.
45 goals by Ron DeLilio in his 28 league games, 3 this afternoon. He's been, again, good close to goal. Heaver, and there he is once more, right on 50. Can he gather it? Yes, he does. Drops it. Spalding gives him support. Tackled us by Christian. Umpire will bounce it, will he? It's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, the Spalding, I think it is. Or is it DeLilio? No, Spalding against Christian, yep.
And Christian is telling the umpire what he thought of the decision.
Let's have a look at that.
Spalding's on the ground and Christian behind.
Oh, a bit stiff, Michael Christian, wasn't he?
Still there, Spalding close certainly to kick it.
Would you back him, Ross, from there?
You wouldn't put the rent on it, Ross?
You're right.
I guess all eat our words. Kerrison, after it's punched away by Kelly and Steve Kernahan, it's out of bounds right next to the behind post.
Pete, Collingwood's last goal was at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter from Craig Starcevich, so it just typifies their day.
It's the only one they've kicked after half-time, and they only trailed by 2 points at that stage of the match. Brad Rowe takes it. He's been quiet in the second half, but he has had a few teammates in that same category. Alvin and Butcher. Koutafidis, who's just come onto the ground. Looks nice and clean. Over the top, Spalding. Butcher intercepting. Bradley, good tackle, flipped out the side. Koutafidis tries to get it back. Alvin could have got into the back of his opponent and has done. It will be a Collingwood free kick at left centre wing.
Well, they had to play that one, Pete, because they played the other one.
That's right. Christian gives it away to Kerrison. Kerrison off the edge of the square. Kickers to half forward. Rain has stopped, but it's still pretty wet out there. And this is McKay, and he's played a pretty good game.
Yes, great player, Andrew McKay, and a beautiful kick. Finds Koutafidis at centre wing. He dropped the mark. Brad Rowe after it. As the time clock ticks down. Top performances by Carlton. Rowe hooks it back looking for Butcher. Butcher marks on centre wing. But Carlton have not had the forward. Collingwood have not had the forwards, I should say, to cover that Carlton back line. As going back to take the mark is Hogg, another one of those resolute little plays. He's got well on top of Tony Francis as the game has progressed.
Yep.
Matthew Hogg, former Footscray back pocket players. The time clock ticks down. The siren will go as Sexton takes the mark. The Carlton supporters rise to cheer their team. A top-class performance under difficult conditions. They have won this game by 9 goals. And that man, Ross, on screen, we just saw Steve Silvani. And there's another one of them, Sexton. There's Silvani. Magnificent in defence.
Yes, their defence. You mentioned their forwards just a minute ago, Pete, which ended up being the difference. The defence was very tight, very committed, did the right percentage thing at the right time, which is what you need to do, particularly when the conditions got wet. they did it well.
So an 8-goal win to Carlton, 17-15, 117, defeating Collingwood 1 goal only after half-time, 8-15, 63 at the MCG.